of our dear viewers on Synergy TV, all of our viewers on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb. Get your pen, get your paper, get your phone. You could take down numbers and notes. That will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Hisham Costello, on behalf of the team, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy Friday. And of course, it's Friday, the 14th of July, 2023. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And our quote says, God doesn't expect us to know it all, have it all, be it all, or do it all. He just wants us to trust Him through it all. And I always say with God, all things are possible. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Remember, they are the white tent opposite Medford gas station in Chaguanas. Check them out for all of their deals, their food court, the play area. Make it a family day, Fab India Expo. Let's say a very good morning to the management and staff of OATS, and that of course is Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, with 2 locations, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere and the other opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact number, store it on your phone, write it down. Master Eric, 354 4459 4977226, 354 4459 or 4977226. Let's say Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and a warm welcome to Master Eric.
Thank you, Zelisa, and also Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and good morning, everyone. So, Zelisa, you know, this has been a whirlwind week. But a good week.
I know.
Every day is a good day, as long as you look at it positive.
I often wonder how you and your team do it, you know.
It's hard.
It's
hard because you're looking at 14 hours a day. And then, you know, you've seen me pass on the road, you know, late at night. You know, we're coming in.
Yeah.
But when you love what you do,
yeah,
there's a difference.
That's so true.
And we love what we do. And I just wanted to let everybody know, the lady that wrote last week, and she wrote you about the tithing.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, I will do a program on the tithing. And everybody out there, anytime you have a topic, WhatsApp Zelisa or me, and let me know the topic that you would like, and I'll research it.
Certainly.
And bring it in. Because no question is a stupid one.
You're correct.
You know, that's how we learn in life.
Yes.
And it sounds like this person wanted to know, is it true? Is it required? And I think one of the things she wrote to you was, if we don't pay the 10%, are we going to be punished from God, by God? And that's what they're instilling in people. I
think a lot of people, that's what they're questioning.
Okay. So today I would like to go through this, but before I do, I should have looked. The last Sunday in this month, I believe it's the 29th. Could you just verify that?
I certainly will. It's actually
Sunday, the last
Sunday would be the Saturday, Sunday. You're correct. The 29th.
Right, the 29th.
No, sorry, Master Eric, I humbly apologize. The last Saturday would be the Sunday would be the 30th.
Okay, the 30th of this month, Sunday at 10 a.m. is the first class for gifted people. Not meditation. This is gifted people. So these are people that's already come and saw me.
Right.
They've been evaluated and they have a gift, but they don't know what to do with the gift or how to control the gift. And sometimes the gift makes your emotions go haywire. Sometimes it makes you hurt because the energy is trying to come up the back of the spine, but your chakras are not adjusted. So then the energy gets trapped, and then you start getting severe back pain. Sometimes you may wonder, why does she flare up all the time, or he? Because that energy's trapped. So it would be like if you're always annoyed, right? So the class is for them to understand why they have it. What do you do? Why you have it? Okay, how do you use it? How do you maintain it? How do you protect yourself when you heal people with your hands, or however your gift is? So this is what it is. So 10 o'clock, the 30th on a Sunday, and it's for an hour and a half. And we've already have a list, and we're going to be calling a list this week just to verify and confirm that you're coming. Now the next thing, if you think you're gifted, call us. Right. And we'll add you to the next list for the next class.
Master Eric, please, for the benefit of those, like you've just said, who think, they're not sure, they haven't seen you yet to confirm, well, yes, you know, you're gifted. For those people, could you quickly share perhaps some of the signs that they need to look at to verify whether, well, I am gifted, yes, these are the signs, or this is what's happening? Really?
There's thousands away, but the most common ones is if you were born with a veil and you can see the dead, and they're walking around. You can feel negativity. You get dreams, but they're not dreams. Once you get the message or the vision and it comes true in 2-3 days or 4 days, you have foresight. Some people has the gift of healing through their hands. Now, the symptom of that is your hands burning in the palms all the time. Not just sometimes. Is the feet, bottom of your feet, burning almost every night. Now, diabetics also have that symptom, so we can't mix it. That's why I like to evaluate people before they come. Right? Then some people get what they call the Shakti. They raise up with the deity in them. Well, when they do, you'll see them flop all over the place. Why? They're not centered. But when you actually, the places that they usually do it in, they're not teaching them none of this. So they're keeping them down here. People who speak in tongues in the Christian church. There's a reason why you're speaking tongues. And once you start speaking tongues, when we have the class, I don't care if you got 5 people speaking in tongues with different languages, I'll be able to translate every one of them.
Nice.
Now we can they can start understanding why God is doing this. Normally, in a church, if somebody speaks tongues, the people will kind of step back. Why? They're not used to it. It's new. They don't know what's going on. And then some people will say, that's not English, so is this a negative talking through that person? Right? But what they don't understand, God has his own language. Right? And the next thing, if somebody is speaking in tongues in a church, that's a message for somebody in that congregation. Okay, so if nobody knows what to do, how is that message being, you know, transferred over to the person?
My humble suggestion is, if you recognize,
come and see me first.
Yes, get, you know, come and see Master Eric. Let him identify and help you to guide you to develop to be the best that you can, to use your gift for good and not for bad. Because because Master Eric, the fact is, and you know what I'm talking about, there are people who are gifted, but they don't use it for good. They use it for bad.
They abuse it.
Thank you.
Now, those of people who have gifts, and you abuse it, there are consequences.
Thank you.
And you may not feel it the same day, but trust me, God is a justful God. When the right time that He sees fit, you're going to see it. And just don't go down that road. People that have gifts. Now, here's the difference, Zelisa. Some people are born with a gift, and then some people try to manifest a gift through mantras and obia rituals. There's not obia, but what you call the left-handed path. There's always a right hand and a left-handed path. And they're trying to manifest it. Well, when you do that, it's not pure. It's not pure. I've seen it for years. So on the 30th, 10 a.m. at our location on Monroe Road, call us at 354-4459. If you think you're gifted, then call us. You can come in, see me, and we will confirm it. And then we can put you into the next class.
Right.
But this class is full.
It's
already.
Full. Okay. Well, then you'll go into the next. So just a gentle reminder again, that class is on Sunday the 30th. That's the last Sunday of this month. It's at 10 a.m., Master Eric.
10
and of course, classes for those gifted people. Be there on time, get settled because you start at 10. And I know Master Eric, when he says at
10 is 10.
He don't play games. He's like me. He has a great respect for time. So I suggest you get a little before, settle in, because class will start at 10. Yeah.
Now, do you know what also is amazing about this, Zelisa? In the class, and this shows you God is not separated. We're going to have Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and they're all gifted the same way.
And one of the things that will set you apart, in as much as you said that and you mentioned that, is the fact is you are not limited to knowledge from one religion. Rather, you're quite knowledgeable in all different religions. So you could relate, you could understand, you could, communicate.
Well, Zelisa, if you didn't understand their culture and their belief, how could you help them?
Exactly.
So I would be a fool if I just wanted to stay in one lane.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to help people like you are now. All right. So today, Zelisa.
Yeah.
I want to go. The lady wrote about tithing. I'm going to go through tithing. Now, everybody out there, please. She always says at the beginning of the program, either record it or get your paper pencil.
Right.
And make your notes because you're going to hear something today that you haven't heard. And we're going to break it down so you can go to your religious institution and ask them, why haven't we talked about this? Why hasn't this been taught? And I think it's going to open your eyes quite a bit. So the first thing, Zelisa, is a lot of scholars say today we have a problem. And the problem that we're having now is that the spiritual institutions, I have to say it that way, because it's just not Christians. It's every place of worship. They're starting to run the places of worship like a business. So the head of the institutions are now the CEO and CFO of these religious institutions.
Of course, you'll get me started.
And their job is to, a CEO and CFO, their job is to raise funds to expand the business. Okay? So this is where the scholars say, yes, we have to keep up the places. We have to do certain things.
Right.
And we may expand a little bit because we're having more people come. Or if you don't have the money, you have different times of service.
Right.
So you can accommodate the crowd, right? So,
Master, I need you to please just hold that thought right now because I don't want to break your trend when you get started. We're going to take a quick break and then, of course, Master will continue. Reminding you our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oates, that's Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, with 2 locations, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354 4459 4977226. The numbers are on the television screen. And remember, you could if you need to get those health scans and treatment, make that call. Or if you have a spiritual problem or you need counseling, or like Master is saying today, you've got a gift, then please make that call and get started to blossom and be the best that you can. Let's go to these messages.
welcome to Oates, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Where?
The Fab India Expo Shoguanas. They have announced their final extension.
Final extension?
I thought they were going to be here for a little while. I have a whole list to shop for.
You always wait for last minute.
You know how much I like bargains. Last time they were closing, I got nearly 80% off.
They've got their Dosa Festival happening as well. I need to tell my friends about it.
I will eat tandoori chicken, naan, butter chicken, biryani. Oh gosh, my mouth watering.
Also, I want to try their Bombay head massage.
I'll get a pedicure. You know the spa? They have 50% off on a Tuesday.
We have a few days left. They're closing on Monday, July 17th.
Monday the 17th of July.
Yes, Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station, Shoguanas. Closing on Monday, July 17th.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Shoguanas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa, all of our viewers on Synergy TV and the Caribbean Showtime Television in Canada, in conversation with Master Eric, coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, with locations in Cunupare, that's LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare, and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 4977226. So if you would have like to get, for spiritual problems and healing, for, counseling, or for those health concerns and treatment, make that call, make that appointment. Master, welcome back. Now, we're not going to interrupt you because you're going to share some very important information with regards to tidings, and when you're in a church or other and they say, well, you've got to give a percentage. Please explain to us.
Right. So before I get into that, I'm going to take 3 minutes. Now, Zelisa, there are institutions, and for God, I cannot rack my head why they do it. Why do you have to pay to be a member of that institution? See, this is what I can't understand. You should never have to pay to go into God's house. It should not be a
I
requirement.
totally agree with you.
It should never be a requirement to pay to be a member of that institution. So that's above the tithing. Okay? The next thing, there are some, I have to clear this, some spiritual institutions that when you become a member, you have to give them a copy of your current pay stub so that they know how much you're making.
Well,
right? So, no, I said some.
Yeah, but
not all in Trinidad. This is all over the world.
But Master Eric, I really think that is not right. That's my perspective.
No, what has happened...
And I could understand if you are going to a church, you're visiting the church, you're going to the church, and you want to contribute what you could afford after you pay your bills and you're not owing anybody any money. Or you have food in your house and your bills are up to... and you could give what you could afford. I could understand that because, of course, they would want to upgrade. They might want to upgrade the PA system. They might want to have a little function.
Then have fundraisers.
Yeah, right. My point.
Have more fundraisers.
Be innovative and things like that. But don't be doing. No, it's wrong.
Right. So what I'm trying to establish here is how maybe some institutions have got obsessed about money. And then you'll see some have a jet, 4 homes. You know, they're got millions of dollars, the actual pastor or the pundit or the whatever. What I'm trying to say, they read a part of the scripture that benefits them, but they don't read the whole thing. And this is what we're going to go in today. By no means am I condemning any church or any temple.
Yeah, and we respect that. We're just
I am just laying out what is written. Okay? So there is not one tithing in the Bible. There's 3. Then we're going to go in depth on the second half hour and break it down. Where does the percentages go? Okay? But the first one is the Levites were one of the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm reading my notes because it's been 5 years since I talked about this and I don't want to make a mistake. So the tithes they received was their salary. Now, we're going to get more in depth. I'm just breezing over it right now. The second, of that. So what they did, people gave 1/10 of what they grew or what they grow on their land. And they gave it to the Levites. Okay? That tribe. Now the Levites, out of the 12 tribes of Israel, their only job was to serve God.
Okay.
They cannot own land. They could not own property, a house, nothing.
Material things did not need anything. Okay, excellent.
Now, from the Levites, 10% of that 10th was given to the priest. Not the whole thing. 10%. So now, this is what you grew on the land. What you raised on the land. Okay? The second tithing that's in the Old Testament is called the Holy Feast. Now, the Holy Feast happened once a year. Once a year. And you could reference that in Deuteronomy, okay, chapter 12 and chapter 14. The people were to take on that day, not the year, 1/10 of their produce, fruits, grain, wine, and livestock.
Okay.
And they could bring their whole families, including their servants and the Levites that lived in the towns to serve God,
Okay.
and basically throw a feast. Now, that feast had to be in front of the temple to be witnessed by God that what you had is shared
Yeah.
throughout the town.
And you heard
Okay.
that food, you know, fruits, vegetables,
Animals, whatever,
okay,
wine.
like a butter kind of.
Okay.
Right.
Now, the third one is called the 3-year tithe. Now, it only happened once every 3 years. And it was stored in the city where the people lived. This was used, this tithe for that day, right, was used for the Levites, orphans, children, widows, and the foreigners. All those who did not have a secure form of income.
Okay.
So this is to help, more or less, you would say, like the poor.
Right, underprivileged,
Okay?
right.
Not for the church.
Yeah.
It was for the poor. And you would do it within the city,
Right.
the town. So then, when you start looking at everything, we're going to break it down, tithing by tithing. So now you need your paper and pencil, because there's some math to this. How it was broken down. Now, some people out there might be fuming right now, getting upset, because they're saying, he's talking blasphemy. We have to pay 10%. Well, the question is, do you? And I'm going to get into this, because I'm referring to the oldest text that was written.
Okay.
Not the Bible. I'm going to the oldest text which was written about this. And that is called the Mishnah. M-I-S-H-N-A. Those who are mad, go look it up. And it was written down at 250 AD. Before the Bible was written. Okay? And it was oral law from the Second Temple period within that age group, in that age. Now, the first 10% is for the Levites, which was that tribe. It was only meant for the tribe. Okay? The second tithing was 10% for personal consumption at the temple, at the festivals during the first, second, fourth, and fifth annual cycle of what they call Shemitah, which is their cycles of the years. Okay? So I'm going to say that again. For that day, the second tithing was 10% for personal consumption at the festivals that was held in front of the temples, the synagogues. Now, we know that people talk about the basic tithe in the Bible. But called in the Mishnah, the first tithe, the Bible never makes any ordinal distinction between the first, second, and third tithes. What they do when they preach, Zelisa, they combine all into one.
Okay.
Which can't be done because they're totally different things. Okay? Now, the first tithe, I'm going to break it down a little more, is 10.
Master, do you mind if I ask you to do that when we return?
Sure, no
Because
problem.
I want to break your trend of thought. Let's go to these important messages reminding you of program coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere and opposite Panga's Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459. That's 354-4459, 497-7226, 497-7226. Let's go to these messages.
Therapeutic treatments and tutoring by Nandi, certified occupational massage therapist and reflexologist, specialized in all types of therapeutic treatments like massages, reflexology, medicopping, detoxification, sinus drainage, body analysis scans, supplements and much more. Call or WhatsApp today at 320-7256 or 323-2060. Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE. Passage to Asia, the award-winning restaurant and banquet suite located in the heart of Chaguanas, the best fusion food restaurant in Trinidad and Tobago. From the second you enter to the moment you leave, you will be treated like royalty. Come dine in luxury and enjoy the finest combination of Asian cuisine prepared by skilled and qualified chefs at Passage to Asia. The experience is truly unforgettable. Perfect for families, couples, and large groups. Passage to Asia, located at St. Ives Street, Chaguanas. Contact 672-2701. Also, visit us on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. If you may have any questions, any concerns, you can send a WhatsApp to 3847142. I will read it to Master Eric and of course he will respond. Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, with 2 locations conveniently located LP 78 Monroe Road in Kunapir and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Those telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Again, 354-4459, 497-7226. My phone, I'm bombarded with calls that are coming in, and that's why I'm saying to you, you could send your WhatsApp messages to 384-7142. Send it, I will read it to Master Eric and he will respond. Master, please continue.
Right, so now I'm going to explain what was written. God had said that the Levites do not get any land. God himself said he will be their inheritance.
Ah.
Yes.
So God said,
do not go, more or less, I'm going to say in layman's terms,
right.
Don't go for the materialistic things
Uh-huh.
that go with him. Just like Jesus said with the disciples.
You said it last week and you could not
Right?
explain it
My
better.
pa's raising.
Yeah,
because
you
it's
said
the
it.
truth.
Yes.
You know, I want people to understand God don't want money. You can't bribe God with money. What's he going to do with money, especially TT dollar? He can't use that up there. You know, see, this is where man has gone off the boat.
Yeah.
And they're drowning in the water instead of walking on the water. You know, now I'm going to keep going. Not all Levites were priests. A Levite is anyone of that tribe, or what they called back then the clan. Okay? Now, the Levites must in turn tithe on the tithe that they are given. So this is what I said one time. I went to a church, Zelisa. And I was sitting in the back and I'm listening to the sermon. I liked the sermon.
Yeah.
I loved how the choir was singing.
Right.
Right? And I was getting great vibrations, you know. And then, Zelisa, it all fell through the floor. It came up for tithing when they give the usher plates to go around, right?
Yeah.
And he knew who I was. So here's what he said. Oh, come thy brother. Come up front thy brother. I know you're going to give a healthy donation to the church today. One, he don't have the right to call anybody out. Number two, why is he trying to put me in a spot? To force me to make this big donation.
You don't even know how much money you walk with today.
So when I walked up,
yeah.
I said, yes, I will. And so he looked at me and I pulled out my wallet. Zelisa, I said, I will match every dollar you put in. I said, because you never put in that plate. And you're not exempt from making tithing. Right here it says it.
Somebody sent a message. Allow me to read it, Master. And my phone is ringing and I'm saying, send your messages and I'll read it. Hi, morning, Master Zelisa. I feel people can pray for themselves and get best results. Rather, these so-called leaders fool them. Some of these spiritual leaders need help themselves. This is the perspective of this particular viewer. Thank you for your thought.
She's correct.
Yeah.
But all beliefs, temples, mosques, churches, they are very important for one reason. One, for beginners. It's a place to go and start learning because they have Bible school, they have classes.
Beautifully said.
Right?
It's a very good environment.
For the beginner.
Yes.
But what's not happening is that the head of these places are not raising the people to their full potential. Because the full potential, everybody, is to make that direct connection to God yourself. And that's what this person is saying.
Yeah.
Now, when you are doing that direct, you can pray anywhere. You can pray anywhere, anyhow, because God does not live in that place. That is a place where everybody comes. A lot of people like it at the beginning and still, because you're a part of something bigger.
Yeah, it keeps you in the right frame of mind. And
it's to learn from.
Yes.
But not to be taken from.
And taken advantage
That's
of.
it.
And Master, I want to go back to this particular, this person and their comment. I think it's important that we ourselves, we go to God in a genuine heart and full of faith with ourselves. But I will also say there are times that we are vulnerable, we are weak, and we are compromised in terms of the situations we may find ourselves in. So I also feel at those times it's nice to have someone to hold your hand, lift you and pray with you and give you that strength to to get the courage to know that with God things are possible, you know. So it's a win-win around the clock.
So now let me break it down a little further. This was the law. Tithing was only levied on Jews, proselytes, but the Gentiles and foreigners were exempt. So it was only for the boundary of Israel, because that's where the Levites lived. So they could not enforce the tithing outside of the boundaries of Israel. Well, how far are we from Israel? Okay, this is what we have to look at.
Yes.
Right?
Being real and realistic.
Now,
you're correct.
Everybody that's listening, I am not and will not say do not donate money for their cause. What I am saying, there is not, since Christianity was founded, Jesus was not Christian. I want you to understand that. He was a Jew. He actually Druid, but he went to the synagogue. Now, some scholars say you still pay. Some scholars say you don't have to pay the 10%. That you give what you can.
Right.
Okay? That when Jesus closed the Torah and commanded, it is now fulfilled. That means everything prophesied, it's over. He is now the Son of God.
Okay.
He is now the Messiah.
Okay.
Right? And that's what caused the whole thing to start. The priest said, so you're the Son of God? You think you're the Son of God? But Jesus never said he was. I want you to understand that.
He never said he was the Son of God?
Never.
What did he say?
He never said he was the Messiah. He let everybody give their opinion.
Right.
All he said, I obey my Father. So all he was saying, he's the Son of the Father. See,
Our Father.
But man, when they rewrote the scriptures, they added all these, paragraphs. But Jesus was not arrogant. Jesus didn't have an ego. This is what I want people to understand. He didn't walk around saying, I'm the Son of God. No. He never said he was the king.
Right.
It was the priest, when he was crucified, that wrote that on the top to mock him.
Yeah.
But in reality, it promoted him. See how God works? You don't have to promote yourself to be good.
Yeah, so true.
Your actions, the way you are in life, is what promotes you.
I endorse
You don't have to brag or anything like that. So now, I want you to understand, we're going to go in a little bit deeper.
When we return.
Not a problem.
Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Oates. Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, located LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere and opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Those numbers are on the television screen. And, remember to store them, lock them in. So if you want to get that body scan, that health scan and treatment, as well as you want to consult with Master Eric for a spiritual problem, please call those numbers, make that appointment. Let's go to these messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Master Eric. And again, I remind you, I welcome if you would like to send a message, you would like to ask a question, simply send a WhatsApp to 3847142. That's 3847142. I'll read the message to Master. Stay with us.
Welcome to OATS, Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited, the future of healthcare, which provides full body scans, which we detect and treat cancer, tumors, all heart conditions, cysts, fibroids, dementia, Parkinson's, just to name a few. No radiation and medication is not needed. If you are tired of getting no results, call us at 354-4459 or 356-7226.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Where?
The Fab India Expo Shaguanas, they have announced their final extension.
Final extension?
I thought they were going to be here for a little while. I have a whole list to shop for.
You always wait for last minute.
You know how much I like bargains. Last time they were closing, I got nearly 80% off.
They've got their Dosa Festival happening as well. I need to tell my friends about it.
I will eat tandoori chicken, naan, butter chicken, biryani. Oh gosh, my mouth watering.
Also, I want to try their Bombay head massage.
I'll get a pedicure. You know the spa? They have 50% off on a Tuesday.
We have a few days left. They're closing on Monday, July 17th.
Monday the 17th of July.
Yes, Fab India Expo, opposite Medford Gas Station, Shaguanas. Closing on Monday, July 17th.
Super quality supermarket. Best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Hoover Car Park, Hoover, 98 Endeavour Road, Shaguanas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Passage to Asia, the award-winning restaurant and banquet suite located in the heart of Shaguanas, the best fusion food restaurant in Trinidad and Tobago. From the second you enter to the moment you leave, you will be treated like royalty. Come dine in luxury and enjoy the finest combination of Asian cuisine prepared by skilled and qualified chefs at Passage to Asia. The experience is truly unforgettable, perfect for families, couples, and large groups. Passage to Asia, located at St. Ives Street, Shaguanas. Contact 672-2701. Also, visit us on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. I'm in conversation with Master Eric, and our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. There are 2 locations, one LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare and the other opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 497-7226. Master, welcome back. I don't want to break your trend of thought, so I'm quickly going to go to one question that came in, and that is, good morning Zelisa and Master Eric. Last Friday I asked a question about the date alignment with 777. Can you quickly respond to that?
Yeah, 777 for that day is whatever course you're on. Never deviate from your course. There are going to be people trying to distract you, trying to pull you back and pull you off your course. Stay focused and you will receive success.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Please.
So now, when I was talking about the 10% that goes to the Levites,
yes,
right? Now, that the 10% of the remaining 90% is technically only 9%. because we already talked about the 2, the 20, and everything else.
Right.
Now, it's basically a fund. The Torah itself commands that 3 times per year, the able-bodied person is to appear before the Lord at Passover, the Pentecost, and the Sukkot. That's Sukkot. Now, when you do this, you're showing God by helping the orphans, the poor, the widows. You're actually physically giving to them.
Right.
Not to the institution.
Right.
To give them.
Right.
The reason is back then, some of the priests became very wealthy from this. And the rules came down saying, nah. You're going to do it this way so that God can witness the distribution from us to the people.
Transparency,
Correct.
accountability.
And even today, we're supposed to have transparency, accountability.
Yes.
So what I mean by that, Zelisa, the church that I grew up in, I loved it. You know why? Well, my dad was one of the head deacons. And he made sure everything was up and up.
Right.
At the end of the year, they published, and every member got a copy of the total financials of the church, where every cent was spent. I don't see that today.
Right.
It's not being done. Okay? We got a blank. Now, we need to start being more transparent. The people need to stand up and say, can we also get the financials of the church that we are coming to?
Yeah.
Okay? Now, some institutions today, if you can't pay, I said we have some good churches. Some require an IOU. So you have to make a pledge. And you have a certain time frame to try to bring that pledge in.
This is not acceptable,
Now,
in my view.
During COVID, you can Google it. Look at the big churches, some in the United States.
No.
They got on there and said, I don't care if you have to take taxi. I don't care if you have to crawl. You have to wear your mask. You put your donations under the front door of the church. Zelisa, that's not God. That's not Jesus. That was the last thing. Jesus knew that money will be in the future closest to the devil.
And let me tell you something, You see, when churches or whatever institutions do that to elderly people and manipulate their brains and their minds when they should be going closer to God, and they're manipulating especially older people, Master Eric, that is wrong,
Now here's another thing. These festivals that is held within the cities. Do you know they are almost unknown to American Christians? It's not even spoken of. Middle Eastern Arabs, let's go to them now. Do you know they go by this? They actually go by it, the Muslims, okay? Compared to the Islamic Hajj, to the festivals, it's almost identical except there cannot be wine or alcohol.
Right.
But the distribution of food for the widows, everything, still today is being done. So where is it that man changed it? This is what I want to get at. Also, I want you to understand that the Levite tribe, the reason they were given this, they were direct descendants of Aaron in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay? So they could not take the money. They could not have massive parts of land or property. So, and again, I want to specify, this was done for the boundaries of Israel. But then man saw it as an opportunity to gather lots of wealth. Okay? So let me ask you something. Some of the biggest religious institutions in the world have gold everywhere. Do they really need that? Or the money that was spent on that from all the followers, could that have been helping poor people? Could that have been helping the people living on the streets that were actually kicked out?
Children who need an operation.
Right, this is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Master, you're correct.
Jesus didn't have gold. I want you to understand that God represents simplicity, not accumulation. The only thing he wants accumulated from you is your heart, your mind, and your soul.
And living an honest life.
Correct. Helping others. This is what should be taught. And it's not being stressed. There are churches even here in Trinidad at the beginning of the year. Oh, bring in next Sunday at the beginning of the year $1,000 and God is going to bless you. Okay.
And you can't buy food. You
so
can't
what
pay
are we
bills.
what are we saying, Zelisa?
Yeah.
We have to bribe God?
Yeah, you've never been on a holiday in your life. But yet, you know what I see on Facebook and you see these spiritual heads flaunting and boasting. They're going from country to country and eating at the most lavish restaurants. I see it and they're flaunting it and boasting. But yet you have people in your churches or in your temples, because I see it with pundits too. I'm not going to make an excuse. And you see all of these things, and you have to question it. It should be questioned. Let me read this, Master, quickly before we wrap things up. Good morning, Zelisa and Master Eric. Wishing you all a wonderful day. This is coming from Alvin, holidaying in North Carolina. So, Alvin, thank you kindly in North Carolina and still viewing. This is a loyal and ardent viewer.
No, he loves this program.
Yeah. Master, your closing comments quickly. We've got 2 minutes.
Clothing. I want to read the last paragraph.
Okay.
If God is leading you, so if he lets you know, go ahead and give a little donation. Give something, right? Then do it. But tithing should never be a logistical command.
I agree.
Okay? Giving is an aspect of the Christian life, and all Christians should give. And not just Christians, all Hindus, all Muslims.
Yes, yes.
We all should give to people that are in need.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree.
There is no set amount. So, I'm going to get into it in another program. If you're a spiritual leader, do not fall out of the wrath of Ezekiel 34.
Okay.
I want to tell you something. When you command and say, if you do not pay that 10%, God will deal with you. Let me tell you something. You haven't come to talk to me.
Right? With that, we've got to wrap things up. God bless you. Thank you again for all that you do. Such a humble soul you are. Giving, caring, nurturing, and may God again continue to guide you and your team and bless you all unconditionally. Of course, our program came to us today with the kind compliments of Optimal Alternative Treatment Solutions Limited. 2 locations, LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare and the other opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando. Those telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Please be kind, be courteous, be giving, respect the law of the land, be good law-abiding citizens. Be kind, have yourselves a great day, a super happy weekend. And I want to remind you that with God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us. Be safe.